Hello and welcome to Rolling Escapades Season 2, Session 0, Number 6. This is John's. Again, I mean, at this point I'm hoping you've seen the previous 6 Session Zeros and you understand what is going on, but if you haven't, go watch them because they're going to be awesome, or are awesome, and it's a little bit of insight into the characters for the homebrew campaign that we are starting soonish. Sort of, keep points that happened in their background or things that are important to the character. John, you are playing a Dwarf Barbarian.
Yes.
Nice and simple, really. You hit things with axe.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the whole story.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Session 0 over.
Perfect. As always, we're sponsored by Destai, who make awesome chainmail things, such as cool little key rings like that, and dice bags like these. There is a link in the description below where you can go and search through the various options that Destai make. They do other things too, various accessories and custom orders. It's all awesome. It's all made of chainmail. It's all handmade. You want some. There is also a link to some stuff by a guy called Christopher Rolls, who is our sort of artist for this season. He is currently, at the time of filming, making character artwork for us, which will be shown when we actually start playing, so people can actually see what characters look like. He's also the writer of Izzy's most used airships or underused or something like along those lines. Izzy's something airships, which is a PDF from DM's Guild, where you get Izzy, the airship vendor, and a whole bunch of differing airships. So you can have a little bit more interesting stuff going on with airship beyond the just bog standard DMG airship. Plus he has sort of a few months ago written an aerial combat PDF to give rules for airship fights for 5th edition, which is pretty sweet. So that's all down in the description. You can click and go through that and buy it because it's sweet, and why wouldn't you want to? Cool. That does that. So, Throndraek, you are sitting in your cell. You are alone, as always, but you are aware that in the cell over from you is Tom. It's part of the reason why you became such good friends is you have adjoining cells. You also know what the day is, and the time is approaching. Anything to talk about?
You ready to get your ass kicked?
Ha! That'll be the day.
Well, today's that day.
We'll see. You've only got one weapon. I've got 2.
Mine's bigger.
Compensate for something.
Well, kind of need to. Could be with you.
Could be with you. You hear the jangling of keys, and the cell doors are unlocked. And 3 guards funnel into your cell. The usual 3 Durgar who are sort of assigned to escorting you to and from the pit. One of them looks down at you, nods. It's time. You stand up. They form a sort of triangle block around you. They're not really pushing you anywhere. They're just it's a formality more than anything. At this point, they're pretty much aware you're not trying to get out anymore. You've sort of accepted where you are. You get escorted through various tunnels. Tarklin, your longtime dwarven friend and ally inside the pits, is escorted along behind you by his entourage of guards until you hit a point where there's a fork in the tunnels. You get taken to the right, and Tarklin gets taken to the left.
Just before we part, I just say to him, let's give him a show.
He reaches out across your forearm and nods.
Yeah.
And makes his way across. You can hear sort of echoing through the tunnel the roars of the crowd. There was a fight going on before you, which has recently ended. You're not sure who it was. It was some newly acquired fighters. You got a glimpse of them. Neither of them looked particularly tough. You're not expecting either of them to live out the week. And it sounds like one of them has already gone.
Oh, well, they were against each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
welcome to the pit. Here you go.
Yeah.
And you can also hear a familiar voice, the voice of Murgle Ironfist, owner and what's the word? Proprietor of the pits. He is saying, "Finally, we have the match you have all been waiting for. The fight between our best offerings to Cord and friends within the pit. I give you Tarklin, Cord's might." There's a loud roar, cheers of approval and whatnot. You assume Tarklin's walked on. You currently can't see. And then the sound dies down. The guard in front of you gets ready to up against the door to push it open. Fighting him, we have Throndraek, the Wrath of Cord. And the door gets swung open. You walk on out.
Cross my axe. Walk out. Just.
Yep. There's lots of cheering and roaring. There's it's the biggest crowd you've seen here. I mean, it normally attracts a fair crowd, but there's definitely more than normal. Morgo has probably spent a lot in making sure the word is out for people to come and watch this.
Yeah.
And you can see up in his little box where he stands sort of separated from everyone else with his guards is Murgo Ironfist, your enslaver, wearing his normal iron gauntlets, sitting in plate mail, sort of just not sitting, he's currently standing and addressing the crowd.
Yeah.
He looks down towards where you two are. You've sort of walked into the center of the pit. Niceties gone with, you are fighting now.
Oh yeah, I assume both our weapons are out.
Yeah. He's got both of his long swords are out, and he's sort of spinning them. And
I'm kind of like walking around him and just like cheering to the crowd.
Yeah,
and
I mean it's still grandstanding at the moment.
Yeah.
And you see Murgle looks down at you. Gentlemen, you have both fought well in your time here. Now, it is time to prove who has been blessed by Cord more. Assume your positions. And you guys separate out and fight. Roll initiative, please. Cool. What did you get?
I'm going first because I got 20.
Oh yeah, you're going first. Yeah, he can't. He got a 6. He can't beat you.
Can't beat me.
So, you're standing in a just the normal pit arena, although they have for this particular fight have put in like sort of rock formations and things that you can use to climb over, jump around, differing heights. You're currently standing sort of like 15 or so feet away, and you are going first.
Okay. I'm just gonna basically roar, charge up to him, and recklessly to kind of start off the match.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'll rage first. Let's do that.
Yeah, raging is a good shout.
I will bash him around the face with the hilt of my axe.
Cool. Go ahead and make an attack roll with advantage.
That is 16 plus something. Let's go to 22.
That definitely hits.
Doing 7 damage.
Sweet. So you step up and just sort of clock him back around the face. You watch as like a bit of blood sort of sprays out from his mouth, and he looks back up you, smiles. Well, we're going straight for it then. Cool. Now you've fought with him on occasion, but you never really paid full attention to what he does beyond the fact that he uses swords.
Just, we kind of watched each other's back.
Yes. So what you do see happen is he sort of he grasps his 2 long swords and sort of breathes in a moment, and he doesn't physically heal, but you notice there seems to be a bit sort of more defense to him before he rotates one sword around, so he's holding one blade down, one blade up, and returns the favour to your face with the hilt of his sword. That is a number 17.
That hits.
Cool. So that will do a nice 6 damage, half to 3.
Can't get to my health. Why can't I get to my health? There we go.
Cool.
3.
Yep.
Cool.
And then having butted you around the face, he will bring his other sword down towards across your chest, using the blade this time.
Yep.
That is a 16.
That hits.
That does hit. And that does 9, so 4 points of slashing damage.
Cool.
As he just lightly grazes across your chest for stepping back in a defensive stance. It's your turn.
I'll spit on the ground.
Yep.
And with my blade, bring it into like just the center of his armor.
Yep.
Or attempt to.
Go for it.
Recklessly.
Yep.
That's a 20 something.
You hit.
Doing 16.
That did some damage. Where were you going for? Sorry, his arm.
Just his chest.
His chest. Yeah.
Stomach. Sorry.
Stomach. Yeah. So you bring it in. The his chainmail that he's wearing does sort of like take the brunt of it, but you do see like you have, as you swung it through and caught, you have sort of sliced past the chainmail.
Okay.
There is a bit of an actual cut through his stomach, which he sort of like backs up like.
And I can't do that. Okay. Yeah, I'll just turn to face away from him.
Yeah.
And just kind of.
Cool. The crowd cheers as you do so. Are you like actively walking away? Is he sort of like buckling over, clutching his stomach at the moment?
I'm just kind of strutting around.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. His turn. He does a thing. That thing? Yeah, he does that thing.
That's the thing.
He grits his teeth and a bit, and you watch as like the cut on his stomach sort of it stops bleeding.
Okay.
And then he stands up and sort of just starts spinning towards you, holding one blade forward, one blade to the side. So the first blade, he's not. Yeah. That's a 26.
That hits.
Which will do 11, so 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And then the second blade, he's coming across again with the whatever you call it, the hilt of the thing, but he's trying to bring it up. He's bringing it up into your clavicle.
Mm-hmm.
Not clavicle, sternum. That's clavicle. That's the sternum.
Yeah.
Which is a 20.
Yeah.
So that will do 3 points of damage. Sorry, no. Yes, no, yeah, 3 points of damage as he just clobbers into your clavicle. And then, having done that, looks back at you and is like, shouldn't turn your back.
So as he's come across and hit me, as he says that, I'll turn around and try and like just punch him in the face.
Yep.
Which is a 17.
17 hits.
Cool.
Yep, gets past his defenses.
That's 8 bludgeoning.
Yep.
And as I do so, I'm gonna, as he's stumbling from that, try and grapple him.
Go for it.
Double 7.
I think you win then.
15.
10.
Sorry, no. 14.
10.
And as I'm holding him, I'm just gonna start dragging him along.
Yeah.
As he's trying to recover from the punch.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Of course, yeah. So you reach up and deck him, and then sort of just like wrap your arm around his neck and have him in a headlock as you pull him forwards. Cool. His turn. He's going to sort of he's going to attempt to use the hilt of his sword again and strike inside the inner of your stomach.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to attempt to break the grapple.
Okay.
He got a 26.
I got 25.
So the force, whilst it doesn't seem to do anything, it is enough for you to release the choke a little bit, which allows him to roll out from it. And then as he does so, he takes a moment to... He takes advantage of the fact that you are... Where the hell is it? There it is. Sort of breathing, and does that thing again where he seems to... Is it that much? That was... That much. Sort of regains composure. He doesn't heal, but he seems tougher for it.
Yeah.
And then moves again towards
Mm-hmm.
you. Bring in again, just doing his spin towards you. So the first blade is a 26,
Mm-hmm.
and then the hilt of the second blade is a 20.
Okay.
So the actual blade does 8, so 4,
Mhm.
and then the hilt will do 3.
7. Cool.
And then he sort of slightly backs away, looking up at you. You've got to get it better than that.
How's he looking at this like moment in time?
He's looking like he's taken some damage. I mean, he's been spitting out blood. You've definitely cut across his stomach, which, whilst not bleeding, is at least causing him to stand strangely. But this weird thing he's doing is that's sort of making him sort of toughen up a bit, is making it a bit harder to actually judge. He seems to be able to take more of a beating than he should be able to.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just with my axe now.
Yep.
He's not grappled, is he?
No.
No. Okay.
Because he broke through with that, and then and then action surge to hit you.
He's gonna bring the axe with a 20.
That hits.
And just roll that first move. 8. Slashing across the kind of upper thigh.
Cool. That's fair. So you bring it down. He does sort of move the leg back a bit,
Mhm.
but you get still a pretty decent blow as you. It's not quite like flapping, but you have definitely left a cut through his leg.
Yeah.
And his are you going for his left or his right leg?
Right, I think.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, on his right leg. So he's
I assume he's attacked with his right leg forward. If he's right-handed. I don't know.
he's actually been standing with his left leg forward.
Okay, then it's the left leg.
Yeah. Mostly just because he's been using his right leg is definitely his strongest, but he's been using the left leg as a pivot.
Okay. Cool.
Pushing off the right, pivoting on the left to do his spin.
Cool.
But cool, yeah. So that's sort of like you can definitely put weight on it, but it is hurting him to stand there. So he will do that one more time for the last time and get those again. Think before. This time he the blade in his left hand he flips so they're both pointing down, and steps forward with like a double slash down towards you. So the first one is a 24, and the second one, the first one is going for just across your chest.
Yep.
And the second one he's bringing it up across your forehead. Which is a 15.
That misses.
Yeah. So the first one across your chest brings you, causes you to sort of duck your head instinctively, which causes the second one to just go above your head.
Yeah.
That will do 6 points of damage.
Cool. What do I want to do?
He is breathing heavily right now. So.
Yeah, hang on, I just wanted to double check a feature.
Yep.
Okay. What else is around? Like in this pit, like what setup have they got at the moment in the pit?
There's sand across the floor. A bit of which has got like blood on it. Pretty flesh blood as well.
Okay.
And you can see like the drag marks where a body has recently been removed.
Yeah.
There's a few like boulders and rocky sort of outcroppings put around places that are sort of just dotted around. You can use as both cover and as a place to climb up to.
Okay.
And sort of attack from a higher ground, as it were.
Okay. For my tavern brawler feat,
Yes.
if I shove, can I grapple as a bonus action? It says if you use an unarmed strike improvised weapon, but I don't know if shove is unarmed or...
It's not, because it's a special kind of attack. It replaces your attack, so no. A shove is just a shove.
Okay. I'm going to try that again. So I'm going to... you say he's breathing here, didn't you?
Yeah. He's panting a bit. He doesn't look hurt, but it looked like he's...
okay.
I mean, he's injured.
Right.
He's more panting because he's burnt a lot of resources.
Yeah. Fair enough, right. I'm going to bring my axe, like, manoeuvre around him and try and put a cut on the other leg.
Cool, go for it.
With a miss on a 12.
12 is indeed a miss. You bring it down and he shifts his weight enough where it just sort of ricochets through past the chainmail.
Okay.
And he looks back, he's like, where are you aiming? Which, as you're behind him, he's going to attempt to hit you in the face with one of the hilts. And he'll miss because that is a 13. So you duck out of the way of it. So he and will just slice up with the other blade.
Okay.
That's a 27.
Just hits.
Yeah. It's close. That will do 3 points of slashing damage. Slashing damage.
I'm glad I'm raging.
Yes. And then, he can use a bonus action now. You don't have to have other things to use it on. So we'll do the same thing again. 22.
Yep.
Doing 3 points of slashing damage.
Cool. I'll try again. I'm trying to take out this leg.
Yeah.
Like. Nat 20.
Oh, that
Fucking
definitely.
Okay.
Roll some damage for that.
22.
Okay. He has gone from breathing heavily to, and sort of like he was putting weight, but it was hurting on his left leg.
Yeah.
As you bring your blade in through the front of his right leg, the leg just straight up buckles.
Okay.
He cannot put weight on it anymore.
I mean, I'm going to say that as I do this, I like kind of lose control because I wasn't meant to put that much pressure into this strike.
It is. You have like, unlike everything else, you sort of cut through. You actually have to apply force to pull your axe back out.
Yeah.
Like you have properly hacked through into his leg there, which he does shout in pain.
Yeah.
Grimaces, flips his swords back to normal longsword standing.
He probably sees an oh shit look.
Yeah, he looks like fair. Sort of uses one sword to pull himself up, and puts his weight forward on his left leg. Is not standing on his right leg at all. But spins the sword and just with both swords sort of swings across towards you across the side. That is a 26.
Yep.
A 23. Let's see what those two do and then decide what he does for the last thing. That is 4 points of damage and 5 points of damage. Which slices across through your chest.
That makes me cough up blood.
Yeah. And then we'll, having done that, spin one and again going straight for your. He's actually aiming for your nose with the hilt. That is a 15.
Okay.
He's not able to hit your face. Cool. That makes it your turn.
So because of the last thing, okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna just pull my axe aside and try and wind him into the middle of his. 18.
18 hits him.
Okay. Doing. I did that, but. 9.
Oh, he doesn't look healthy.
No, wait, is it 9? 8. Sorry.
Let's not do 8 damage to him, Liam. That's the wrong way.
And I will try and grapple him again.
Go for it. Yeah.
12?
9. So you punch him in the stomach, which doesn't make it bends over. He actually drops one of his swords.
Okay.
As he's like, that combined with the intensity of the fight and the huge cut in his leg is sort of pushing him over. Before you, from there once again, sort of, you get him in the stomach and wrap your arm up around his neck and give him a little noogie, because you can. Okay. His turn. He doesn't like being grappled. So he's going to attempt to break the grapple. He's only got the thing in his left hand right now. So what he's going to try and use, he's going to flip the blade and grasp the sword by the blade and try and use that as just a leverage to try and pull out your arm.
Okay.
He's got a 25.
21.
Cool. So he does, using the blade.
Stop rolling so high. I'm trying to get this combo.
Sorry. He pushes out that way, but also uses the fact that his leg can't support him and sort of just drops his weight suddenly.
Yeah.
Drops and rolls, and stands up awkwardly on one leg.
Yeah.
Flips the blade back around and still just has the one blade out. The other one is out of his reach, so he's just got one sword.
Okay.
And he's just looking up to you and is like, come on, finish it.
I'm going to kick his blade next to him.
Okay.
And then try and finish it with an uppercut.
Cool, you kick the blade and bam.
Ugh. Keep my bonus. 9 on both dice, so plus it's a 15.
15 does not hit.
Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you connected the chainmail, but all you've done is hit the chainmail.
Okay, fine. Grapple. 9. Double 2. Jesus Christ.
He got a 15. This time, the fact that he didn't bend over from the uppercut is enough for him to move his head out of the way, so you can't get the headlock on again. Okay, he reaches down for the other blade, and in doing so also grasps a handful of sand.
Okay.
As he comes up, he throws the sand up into your eyes. I
Yeah.
would like you to make a dex save, please. You do technically have danger sense because
Yeah.
you do see this coming.
Where is it? That one. 17.
So it's enough. As it is, you see the sand coming, and so close your eyes and put it across. Put your hand up above your face.
Yeah.
Which stops the sand from
Blinding.
you. Yeah. But you don't see the blade
Yeah.
from his thing coming out towards across the side of your torso. Or it attempts to come around the side of your torso because the 15 doesn't hit you. Oh. Yeah, that's your turn.
Okay. Let's see if I hit first. Okay. I'm gonna this again the uppercut, but this time I hit on a 25.
Oh yeah, you hit. Yeah.
8 more damage.
8 more damage.
Yep.
You get him up an uppercut into his stomach, and he coughs out blood. All of the air leaves his body, and he sort of slumps into you.
Yeah.
He had 8 hit points left.
Okay.
So he is slumped over. Both his blades are dropped, and his body is leaning. He's leaning on you.
I'm gonna place him down.
Yep.
Not throw him.
That's fair. There is a loud roaring from around you. The crowd did enjoy that fight.
Put my axe over my shoulder.
Yeah.
And turn to Murgol.
Turn to Murgol, cool. He stands up, sort of looks around at the crowd, looks down at you. Well thought, Throndraek. Could you move to the centre, please?
Yeah, I move.
Yeah. Hindley goes back to looking around. It was a good fight, was it not? It was enjoyed by all of us here. And friends, companions, comrades. We have here our 2 champions, the strongest fighters we've ever had. But a champion is only a champion if there is one of them.
Okay, at that my face drops.
Which he's also stopped looking at the crowd. He's just looking at you.
Okay.
And to decide a champion, well, we've had the fight. We know who the strongest is now. We know that Kord's might cannot stand against the wrath of Kord. He looks around again at the crowd. Or at least, that is my opinion. What say you? Do we have 2 champions or just the one? And the crowd chants. The crowd chants, kill, kill, kill. There's a couple of shouts of just one champion. Morgul sort of raises his hands and gets the crowd to silence. Looks down at you and smiles.
I'm now just looking down at the ground.
Cool. He says, well, you heard them. Throndraek, Wrath of Kord. We only need one champion. Tackling is useless. Take your axe, end his life.
Are the crowd like silent? Are they still cheering?
The crowd is absolutely silent. They are just watching and waiting. There is definitely tension in the air.
I'm going to start walking back, because obviously we weren't in the centre, so I'm going to start walking back and just shout out, are all of you happy with yourselves? Come here to watch us kill each other, up on your high horse in the stands. One day you'll get what's coming to you. Probably not by me, because I refuse to kill him. I'm gonna kind of stand over him.
Yeah, you stand over the body, axe just on your shoulder. Morgul continues to smile, and sort of the crowd boos. Some people boo, some people are sort of taken aback, mostly silent. And he sort of raises his hand and just does looks down at you, and says, well, I expected this, so I came prepared. If you won't end him, they will. And indicates as a group of about 15 other Durgar, all armed with heavy crossbows, sort of walks out to the front of the pit and just aims down to where you guys are.
Okay.
And sort of they've surrounded the entire area. Morgul looks down. Your choice. By a friend or by us.
Bring it on.
And they will unleash. Cool. Right, I'm gonna do this. It's gonna be 8 and 7. So against no, that'll be 2 because they have advantage but disadvantage. That hits tackling. That's cocked. That also hits tackling. That one also hits him. That is that is 6 of the 8 fired. 3 at least 3 of those hit. He gets pelted with these crossbows, even past where you are, and the life bleeds him. He is no longer living.
Just before they shoot, I do look down to him and say,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. There's a sort of like flicker behind his eyes as if he sort of heard and responds, but he is unconscious. So
yeah.
and then against you,
I'm not raging anymore, am I?
no. No. So there are 7 against you. The first one, 16.
Yes.
Cool.
That's my AC.
That is your AC. That will do 4 points of damage.
Yep.
Tell me when you drop, because
Yeah.
it gets harder to hit. That misses. That also misses. That is 3. Number 4. It's a 16. It does 6 points of damage.
Not looking great.
Cool. That was 4. Number 5. is a 17.
Yep.
Does 4 points of damage.
Really not looking great.
Number 6 is a 15. No, sorry, not a 15, a 16.
Almost as though I'm on my last leg here.
3 hit points.
But I was on 1.
Well, that took 6, and then that one misses. Cool. So you drop next to him. You're still breathing, but unconscious on the ground. You can just about hear the sounds of the crossbows being reloaded.
Yeah.
Wound up, and then there's another sound. There's an explosion.
Mm-hmm.
And a rushing of energy. You just about make sense of it. Things are a little bit confused, and your vision comes back to you.
Okay.
And you hear, in your sort of echoing through your mind and your ears, the screech of an eagle.
Okay.
And then the rumbling of thunder.
Right.
And your eyes flicker open. You can see sections of the sort of stands have collapsed in. Most of the guards have been killed by whatever caused this explosion, and you can see a lot of the spectators are fleeing. And you see Murgle up on his box, sort of looking around, confused, a little bit worried. And then you feel all of the the bolts that were in you sort of pop out.
Okay.
And all of the wounds you had stained from tackling heal.
Right.
They all just, from the arrows, and it all immediately recovers. So you are back at full hit points.
Right.
And then you feel a sort of stretching, tearing feel at your shoulder bones, or shoulder blades, sorry. You don't see anything when you turn to look, but you can just feel this pain. And then there's a motion for something that you don't have, and you find you are no longer standing on the floor of the pit.
Yeah.
You are standing next to Murgle in his box, sort of 30
Am I
feet up.
controlling myself?
You, at that moment, you weren't, but as you land, the stretching pain vanishes, and you see Murgle backing away from you.
Yeah.
And I would like you to roll initiative again.
What? Okay. 12.
12. You are going first. There is red rage in the back of your mind.
Okay.
Because Murgle just made your friend die.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Rage.
Yep. You
More
begin
rage.
raging. You rage again.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna use my axe.
Yep.
No, like playing about.
You're recklessly attacking, right?
Yeah. 23.
What was the number on the die?
17.
Okay, cool. 23 hits as the blade comes down.
17.
Cool, 17
points of
down.
slashing damage.
As the blade comes down, you feel a sudden burst of energy. I would like you to make another attack roll.
Okay. With advantage?
Still with advantage.
That's a 22.
What's the number on the die?
16.
16, cool. Roll damage.
Oh, I really am angry. 16 more points of slashing damage.
Cool. Make a third attack roll.
What the fuck's going on? That's cold.
That is cocked.
That's a nat 1 and a 18 plus 6,
Cool.
24.
That is a crit.
Don't know what's going on. That's 21 plus 6, so 27.
Cool. Make another attack roll.
Probably a miss. That's like 12.
A 12 won't hit.
Right.
As the attacks just keep raining down on Murgle, who goes from looking, I mean, he was looking pretty good. He looks really hurt right now.
Okay.
Really, really hurt. Whatever it is that's empowering you is making your attacks hit really hard.
Right.
On his turn, he turns and runs. You get to attack him as he leaves.
16.
16 bounces off his plate mail, unfortunately. But you do notice he hasn't moved very far. In fact, something seems to be making it harder for him to move.
Okay. Sorry.
He is close enough for you to still get to him with just your movement. Even though he dashed.
19.
19 hits.
17 more points of damage.
Cool.
I haven't rolled below 10 yet on the damage.
Make another attack.
It's an 18 on the dice.
That's correct.
Oh, there we go. 13.
Cool. Make another attack.
That's a nat 20.
Cool, that's correct.
20.
Cool. Make a fourth attack.
$17.
17 does not hit. Cool. He is looking fucked up, I think would be a thing. There are massive amounts of lacerations where you have just brutally cut at him with your great axe. He looks from where the door is, looks back to you, realizing he's not getting away, and turns towards you with his gauntlets, clasping his fist together as he dusts, and you watch as like small gouts of flame come out the back of the gauntlet, and his fist travels towards you faster than it should do.
Okay.
Well, he crits.
Okay.
So he does. It would be 28 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
But you are raging, so it only does 14.
Christ.
So the first strike, and then he comes up with the second fist. That also has this empowered strike against you, which is it hits and does 20, so 10 points of bludgeoning damage. And he spits at you.
Okay.
He says, "Well, at least your friend died." Your turn.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah, more recklessness.
Yep.
Nat 20.
Cool. Roll for some damage.
20.
20. How would you like to kill Murgle?
As he swings at me with his gauntlet, I'm going to swing back with the axe and kind of cut all the way up through.
So cut
that,
through
the
arm.
gauntlet, so it's kind of split his hand.
Yeah.
And then continue on through until it kind of gets up here and.
Cool. So you're. So as he raises to strike you again, and the fist comes forward, you step back, grasping your great axe, and swing. So the blade just passes through his fist, up his arm, which you watch as like sparks of both flame of metal against metal, and like sparks of energy sort of out from the fists. And the great axe sort of travels up through his arm and across through his torso and out through the shoulder at the other side. And you watch as like the upper part of his arm and his shoulder and head sort of just slide off, and his body slumps and falls to the floor. At which point you look down, breathing heavily, and pain hits your body. Just immediate pain. And your hit points fall to 0. And you slump to the ground.
Right.
With Burgo's body directly in front of you as a vision fades.
Yep.
That's it.
Okay.
Just your vision fades to nothingness.
Okay. Good.
Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this. There are things going on that people don't know about, and I know lots about. Please do go check out our social media stuff. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Like, comment, and subscribe because it's good for us. And hopefully we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.